So, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another live stream here on Informative Classics. Guys, what I decided to do today, and I'm going to do this probably, I'll probably do it today for you to check out. And if you like it, let me know in the comments when you catch this live. If you're live with me, welcome to the live. Excuse me. I'm going to do classic movie reviews. That's movies from back in the day. If you can remember any movies from back in the day that you would want me to do a review on, let me know. I'm going to review these movies, give them a 1 through 10 rating. Some of these movies you've heard of, some of these movies you've probably not heard of. I'm going to just randomly pick movies from back in the day. Now, this movie right here is considered to be one of the best movies of its time. Uh, Birth of a Nation. Um, hold on for a minute, guys. Hold on. So, The Birth of a Nation is a silent film that was released in 1915. It was directed by D.W. Griffin and is considered a landmark in the history of cinema. The film tells the story of two families, the Stonemans from the north and the Camerons from the south during the American Civil War and the Resignation era that followed. See, this was a highly controversial due to its portrayal of African Americans. The film depicted black characters as unintelligent and sexually aggressive, perpetuating harmful stereotypes. It also glorified the Ku Klux Klan, presenting them as heroic figures in restoring order and protecting the white women from black men. Despite its controversy, The Birth of a Nation was a commercial success and is credited with introducing many innovative techniques in filmmaking, such as close ups and parallel editing. However, its racial themes and um, portrayals of African Americans have overshadowed its technical advancements. It is important to note that Birth of a Nation is deeply problematic and it perpetuates racism and reinforces harmful stereotypes. Its historical significance lies in its impact on the development of cinema rather than its content. Now, we all know how America was in 1915. I mean, when you look at this movie, the movie is 3 hours long. We're not gonna watch 3 hours 3 hours of this movie. Um, I'm not gonna look at the racial overtones of the movie. I'm just here. I'm not gonna look at the racial overtones of the movie. I'm just here to, do a review on it. I'm gonna look at like the first 5 minutes of the movie. Um, then I'll skip to like the middle and watch about 10 minutes of that, and then we'll go towards the end because basically the racism that is heavy in this movie overshadows the story. And I've never really heard many people talk about the story surrounding this movie more than they've talked about the racism. Now, a lot of the people you see in this movie, they're gonna have on blackface was. Let's turn the volume down a little bit, guys, so you can hear me as I do some commentary over the movie itself. Hold on, let's go around. All right, you should be able to hear me now as I do commentary over the movie itself. Um, the blackface was used to represent black people because back then black people were not given chances to be in movies. Now you have movies like Gone with the Wind, where of course you had the black lady who played the cook or the madam or the servant in that movie. I believe she's one of the only black people in that movie. She actually went on to win an Oscar for her role in that movie. We'll probably do Gone with the Wind next week, which is one of the most legendary movies of all time. Um, let's go ahead and get right into this. And a lot of these silent films back in the day, a lot of these silent films, you know, I couldn't imagine how these people went to the movies. Going to the movies back in the day had to suck because you had to read things like this, and if you wore glasses, you was hit. If in the work we have conveyed to the mind the ravages of war, to the end that war may be held in adorance. This effort will not have been in vain. So imagine you sitting in the last row of the movie theater and you have to look at the screen to read this. I don't even know how big the movie theaters were in the 1920 in the 19 in 1915. I don't think the screens were like they are today. I very much doubt it. I don't think the seating was like it is today. The seating probably was terrible back then. I am almost certain that the seating did not uh, be upfitting for a 3 hour and 23 minute movie. Let's go ahead and check out a little bit. We'll talk a little bit along the way. Is that just gonna stay there? So as you see, mm, also for selling some slaves. That's what's actually happening right there. Slaves are being sold. Uh, I think those are actually black people. Yeah, yeah. This is not blackface right here. That's actually black people. So I misled you a little bit because this is not actually. These people don't have on blackface. Those are actual black people. And all this slow music here, all this slow music is just bound to put you to sleep. They use the slow music, I guess to bring a dramatical feel, to the movie itself. But damn, I can imagine being in that movie theater. I couldn't imagine being in the movie theater while they playing this and all that music in the background. I mess around and fall asleep. And so you got to read all of this stuff before it even gets off the screen. Okay, so I'm confused. I'm confused as to what I'm guessing they supposed to be buying slaves. What? Huh. That's that. The women back then, boy, they had some crazy ways of dressing. Seems like it's a nice summer day. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Like, I don't know how they did it back then. I mean, you really had to use your imagination back then. You had to use your imagination as to what was being said and what was being done. The actors and actresses back then, they really didn't have much work to do. They just had to be on screen and present a lot of facial expressions and things of that nature, and do a lot of crazy things with their bodies to let you know what emotion was being perpetuated or shown through the screen. It really didn't like I don't know how these people did it back then. I mean, but you got to think if that's all you know, if all you know is silent film, you don't know no better anyway. Because back then they got most of their like action and comedy and like audio was from the radio. You know, the radio was their main source of entertainment. That's how they got all of their shows, and they were actually able to hear voices. They weren't hearing voices back then during these movies. So that this had to this I couldn't I guess everybody must have had an imagination back then. Whoa, 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 damn! Did he just spank the kid? Did he just spank the kid for falling off the damn cart? What the hell you spank a boy for falling off the cart? That lady right there has on blackface. You could tell that you see you got the hair here, and then you could see like some like this looks really funny. It don't look right. So she definitely has on blackface, what's called blackface. And all back in the day, a lot of these servants, they actually looked after the little girls. They were like the little girls. The little girls ruled them and told them what to do. You smacked the puppy up. True to my promise, brother, and I, true to my promise, brother and I are coming to visit you, arriving in Piedmont on Friday next. We are both just dying to see you again and to meet your Keith. What the hell is that? What is Kith? And Ken. Hey, I guess that's it. That's some 1920s early teens talk. I don't know what the heck that means. We gonna look that up. What does that mean? What does Kith mean? Let me look that up real quick. Oh, okay. The meaning of Keith and Ken is friends and relatives. Oh, okay. It's the word Keith is Old English, and the original senses were not knowledge, one's native land, and friends and neighbors. The phrase Keith and Ken originally denoted one's country and relatives, later one's friends and relatives. Oh, okay, because I'm like, what the hell does that mean? You know, a lot of words. It's so funny to me too, guys, how language has really changed over the years. Language, it changes so much. So you look at this letter right here used by the director, to convey a message, and the way it's written is just how people spoke back then. Brother and I, are coming to visit you, arriving in Piedmont on Friday next. Like next Friday is what we would say. We wouldn't even say what they're saying. Let's get done into this. I'm still trying to figure out what's, okay, the friends are coming to visit. I guess they could. Okay, what? I don't. What are we supposed to take from that? What are you supposed to? I guess two brothers having a good time. I mean, what are we really supposed to take from that interaction? Like two brothers having a good time, enjoying themselves. Like these movies back in the day, again, these silent film. I mean, as interesting as these movies were, again, like I said, the people back then they really had to have a great imagination to understand what these people had to been talking about or what messages were being conveyed when they wasn't showing the words on the screen. Let's finish. We're gonna finish. If you're watching this live and you're actually enjoying this live, give this live a like and share this live. Share this live. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel for more informative classic moments. We're going to be doing classic movie reviews. I'm going to probably do this every Sunday. I enjoy classic movies, I enjoy classic TV shows. So I want to be able to do things like this to bring some new flavor to the channel. So if you're enjoying it so far, go ahead, share this video, drop a like, drop a comment. If you're live, let me know what you think of the movie so far. You feeling it? You're not? You like it? You don't? Well, let me know what you're thinking right now in the comments. Because I mean, I'm taking a little bit of what's going on and what's happening before I skip along in the movie. I'm just trying to figure out the plot in the beginning, like what's going on in the beginning. Boy, them little funny ass umbrellas them women carried back then. What was that even for? Like, what are you even protecting yourself from? God, man, them little funny ass umbrellas. Them things look crazy. You know, people taking cotton. Now you might ask yourself, didn't they demolish slavery? Well, again, this movie is based in the time of the Civil War. I don't think slavery was demolished yet. That's when this movie's supposed to be based in the time of the Civil War. This is like early on, right here. Early on, when blacks were still picking cotton, they were still in the fields. So that's why they're still out there in the cotton fields. Now, things changed over to where black people were still picking cotton, but at that time they were called sharecroppers. So they would pick cotton on land, and the owners of the land would give them a little piece of ownership on the land where they pick their cotton. So that's what this is about. Still trying to figure out what the hell is going on here in the beginning. I know I said I'm gonna watch about 5 minutes. I'm gonna watch about a couple of more minutes. We're gonna skip along because we're just looking at the beginning of what's going on here. I think this movie goes over years, over time of years. Hmm. I guess you already fallen in love. Damn, 6 till 6. Yeah, this cat right here got on blackface too. Yeah, see, most of these black people right here, they got on blackface. Now, what you see right there, see, this is blackface right here. This person has on blackface. That person right there has on blackface. Um, what you see right here happening now, guys, is what a lot of black people call cooning. Like this is what cooning was. Like so, when somebody says you're a coon, this is what they're talking about. Where black people used to put on a show for white people, and hey boy, you dance there, yes sir, I dance for you, and they'll sit there and they'll just coon. All right, we're gonna skip a little. The North carries the election. the South will succeed. And I think we're gonna carry a little bit, go a little bit further. Okay. I gotta say something. Apart from all of the racial overtones, the movie seems to be pretty good and pretty put together for a movie of its time. I mean, we have to pay attention to the pyrotechniques that's being used to simulate a battleground. You have to pay attention to that. This is done with not many technical things of the time to resimulate that. The field artillery. Okay, so the war never changes, right? Well, like they say, fall out, move along a little bit. Oh, damn! They all got dropped. When he died? Oh, man. This guy's a black beast. Surrender of Lee, attended by the president of staff. So the war is over. That's General Lee. Um, who are you talking about? Historical Fayetteville of Ford's Theater as one that night extracted in what? In detail, okay, with the recorded incidents after Nicolay and Hay and Lincoln. A historic. Okay, so I guess there's supposed to be some scene depicted from back in the day. Oh, this is the Lincoln assassination. Yeah, our American cousin. Our American cousin is the. Let me see. Let me see something. I believe that's the play that was playing the night that Lincoln got assassinated. Hold on. Yeah, our American cousin. It happened on the morning of April 14th, 1865. So this is the Lincoln assassination right here. This is a scene of the Lincoln assassination. Let's check this out. I want to see how they did this back in the day. Again, let's see how they did it. I mean, I'm sure this movie goes into detail, guys. I'm gonna tell you. I mean, in the beginning, I was unsure. By the middle, I mean, I am very impressed at how they set these scenes up. That scene was set up beautifully. I mean, you get away from the racial overtones of this. Let's watch the last. We're gonna watch like the last 2 minutes. I want to say of this movie. Oh man. So what that last scene portrayed is like the next election, as the black people were given the right to vote, the Klan stood there, uh, eager to not let them vote and to keep them from voting. And I believe like what the movie portrays is that let me let the movie finish before I go ahead and give my review. No, wait a minute. No, no, no. That's a. This is a. It's not coming to me right now. What is that? Oh boy, a hologram. That's a hologram. They was using holograms in 1915. Liberty and Union. Um, I believe what happened, like the blacks started to terrorize them. It's actually over now. Yeah, the blacks started to terrorize them and turn it. Wait. Wait, hold on for a minute. Let me see. This movie, guys, what it does is it takes a lot of the history from back in the day and what led up to um yeah, this guy's in blackface. All these people have on blackface. Okay, yeah. So they rose up against them. Um, the blacks rose up against the Ku Klux Klan to try to fight them off. The Ku Klux Klan initially wound up winning the fight. Apart from all the racial disparity and the racial overtones and the heavy emphasis on uh, taking over black people, disarming black people, killing black people, hatred for black people, and me being a black person, apart from all of that, those disturbing visuals, I gotta take out all of that to give this movie a review. And I'm gonna say after what I've seen, as much as I've watched, I would say that this movie is actually a 10. Now, hold on now. Some people might say, how you gonna give a movie like this a 10? How you gonna give this movie a 10? And what they doing to black people and what they did and how we were misrepresented in this movie and blah blah blah. I don't like that. I don't like how black people was misrepresented in this movie. I don't like the stuff that happened to black people back then. I don't like the things that were done to black people. Let me get it straight. What I'm here doing is I'm reviewing a movie. Now, this is actually a movie at the end of the day. Even though a lot of this stuff did take place, the Lincoln assassination, the Civil War, the killing of a black man for being accused of murdering a white woman, all of this stuff did take place back then. Uh, so the way that this director presents this in a 3 hour film back in 1915, you got to give it a 10. And the mere fact that this movie is still talked about 100 and what's this 109 years later. 109 years later. This movie came out 109 years ago. And I'm sitting here reviewing it right now, 109 years later. So this movie was so good that even the current president at the time, I forgot who it was. Let me look that up for you guys. Woodrow Wilson. Woodrow Wilson attended the screening of Birth of a Nation at the White House on March 21st, 1915. The film was first to be shown at the White House. It was attended by Wilson, his family members, and his cabinet. And it was said that Woodrow Wilson actually he enjoyed the film. And you got to think about it, right? Why wouldn't he enjoy it? At the time, blacks were not seen as blacks were not seen as humans. Blacks were not seen as being intelligent. Blacks was like a lower being. So you would think to yourself, how the hell a president is going to watch a movie like this and not be disgusted? They didn't think nothing of that back then. But apart from that, the movie gets a 10. I mean, I got to give the movie a 10 for the way it was set up. The things they use holograms in 1915. Like, this movie was ahead of its time. Holograms? That's crazy. Even though it looked like it was like a blended effect that they used to make it seem like that man was in front of the crowd. Even when they blended Jesus and they used a blending effect, things that people do today with different apps and different things of that nature, they used that back in 1915. So you got to give the director the props. So yeah, yeah. Again, guys, if you enjoyed this live, leave this live a like. If you enjoyed this review, leave it a like. Drop a comment in the comment section if you enjoyed it. We're gonna be back next week to review another classic film. So, Birth of a Nation gets a 10. Yeah, if you want to see the movie in its entirety, go to this website. Uh, the name of the website is Internet Archive. You can go to this website and watch this movie in entirety for free. That's Internet Archive. Don't upload the movie to YouTube. I don't think it's 1915. I don't know if cop the copyright is still even available on this movie. I don't even think so. Excuse me, think so. I think the copyright is it in the public domain. Let me check that as I say it. This movie may be in the public domain already. Is Birth of a Nation in the public domain? So yeah, it is actually in the public domain. The author of the movie died in 1948. So this movie actually is in the public domain. So if you wanted to take this movie and put it on YouTube, which I'm sure people have done, I'm sure people have put this movie on YouTube. Yeah, somebody uploaded the whole movie already. 8 years ago, a guy named Kyle Bray, he uploaded the whole movie onto YouTube in its entirety. Yeah, so somebody already uploaded it. So you can go on YouTube. You can go on YouTube and watch this movie in its entirety for free. If you want to watch it, if you can watch this movie and not get upset, I say watch it. If you have an issue with watching, black people being mistreated, black people being underappreciated, I say don't watch this movie because it will definitely piss you off. And by the end of the movie, you'll be ready to go outside and do something you shouldn't want to do, and you'll hate white people because you feel like they're the ones who did it when they don't have nothing to do with what took place back in 1915, 109 years ago. Don't let this movie build up hatred inside of you. Don't let this movie, you know, disparage you from liking white people because this was just this director's way of presenting content. This was his content. He created a movie that he felt he needed to share from his perspective. And that's what it is. It's a movie, it's cinema. And with me sitting here giving this movie a review, I give it a 10. I give this movie a 10. I mean, I was captivated, especially by that Lincoln scene. The way they redid the Lincoln shooting, that was crazy. The holograms, the drama in the beginning, everything. You're still captivated. This movie, I don't know if anybody has sit 3 hours through this movie. I don't think anybody would sit 3 hours through this movie. Um, it's a long movie, especially when you have to try to piece the stuff together in your mind. You're not given much context, from the movie. everything that's going on in the movie is happening in silence. So you really have to put the pieces of the puzzle together. You have to know the historical moments. You have to know the things that took place around this time when these things were occurring in order to understand what's happening. Like the Lincoln assassination, you had to understand what was going on, where that took place, what was about to happen, and what was told that happened in order for you to connect with that scene. Yeah, yeah, 10 out of 10. Again, if you enjoyed it, guys, subscribe to the channel. We're gonna do this again next weekend. We're gonna find another movie. It might be Gone with the Wind. If you know any movies you want me to do a review on, leave that in the comments section. But Going with the Wind, we're gonna do that next week. I'm pretty damn certain that movie gonna get a 10 out of 10. That is one of the most classic movies of all time. But we're gonna review it anyway. I haven't seen that movie in its entirety either. Let me see if it's on here first of all. Let me see. Let me see if Going with the Wind is on here. Hold on. And this is how you find the movies. What you see me doing now. I just want to see if Going with the Wind is on here. So is it on here? Going with the Wind? I don't think it's on here. What we might have to do is we might have to look up some YouTube videos of it. Yeah, we might have to look up some YouTube videos of it. I don't see it on here. Going with the Wind. Oh, that was the trailer. Here's the trailer right here. Came out in 1939. That's just the trailer, though. Hattie McDaniels is the lady I was telling y'all about earlier that played the nanny in Going with the Wind. Her name was Hattie McDaniels. She won an Oscar for her portrayal of the nanny. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't. We're gonna probably have to find another way to review it. I definitely want to review it. Is that it right there? Going with the Wind? No, that's not it. Okay, so we got some people who uploaded some things with it. Yeah, that's the opening to it. Let me see if I put 19. Sometimes you can find it. There's different ways to find it. Let me see if I put 1939 in there. I put 1939, the year 1939, and then enter, and let's see what comes up. Y'all know who that is, right? Billy Burt. She played the wicked witch. She played the good witch in the Wizard of Oz. Look at the Wizard of Oz. We can do the Wizard of Oz. How about we just do the Wizard of Oz? Yeah, we might do the Wizard of Oz. We're gonna only try to do films we can find on here. I don't want to. I don't want to because that they have the whole film on here. We're gonna only find the ones we can find on here. I don't see Gone with the Wind. Yeah. So we'll do yeah, we'll do Wizard of Oz. But I mean, come on. Do I even have to do the Wizard of Oz? Do I even have to do the Wizard of Oz? Do I even have to do this movie? Now there's some people in this new generation who haven't seen the Wizard of Oz. A lot of people haven't seen the Wizard of Oz. I'm not gonna act like everybody has seen it. So there's a lot to talk about. This is one of the most iconic movies of its time. So this movie is clearly a 10, but we're gonna review it anyway. So yeah, we will catch you guys in the next review. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video and end this stream. Hopefully somewhere during this stream I've been informative. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.